Look, let's be honest, there's a bunch of really bad channels out there giving advice on how to pick up girls or how to attract women. Now, we both know that it's not good information, but I've been in this field for quite some time, have read a bunch of books and worked with many people who are considered to be experts in this field. So, if you watch this first video of my 4-part series until the very end, I can guarantee you that you're going to learn exactly how to attract the type of woman you want into your life with these 4 key steps. Gentlemen, let's jump right into it. The first key you must understand when attracting women is the willingness to walk away. Let me paint a picture of why this is so important. Now, suppose there are 2 guys, we'll call them Tommy and Jason, that are both vying for a beautiful girl's attention who we'll call Jenny. Jenny is the type of girl who's been pampered all her life because of her good looks, and she's well aware of how attractive she is. She's used to getting her way and rarely experiences social or romantic rejection. When Jenny finally agrees to go on a date with Tommy, he's beyond ecstatic. He goes out of his way to please her with flowers and chocolates and tells her how beautiful she is on multiple occasions throughout the night. When they talk about a topic where they disagree and have different viewpoints, Tommy changes his opinion to better fit Jenny's, thinking that she'll like him more if they have the same perspective. Eventually, when he tries to make conversation with her, she's mostly just staring at her phone, scrolling through Instagram. When Tommy senses that he's starting to lose her interest, he starts to panic. He tries harder, forcing jokes, stumbling through conversational topics, just to get her to respond, which she does barely. Ultimately, the date ends on a cordial and polite note, but neither side feeling like it was a very successful date. When Jason goes on a date with her, however, his mentality is different. He's interested in her, but also wondering what kind of a person she is, and if she meets his standards. At some point during the date, Jenny goes on her phone again, staring at it even when Jason's speaking to her. Unlike Tommy, however, Jason calls her out on her rude behavior. He tells her, "Listen, I'm spending my valuable time to have fun with you and to try to get to know you. When someone's taking you out on a date, it's pretty rude for you to be on your phone instead of engaging the conversation or reciprocating the effort. If this is the type of person you are, then I'm not sure this is going to work out." Jenny is absolutely stunned by this. She's used to most guys trying to win her over by being accommodating and by accepting her rude behavior. To be called out on her bad behavior is something that Jenny never experiences. At first, she's angry and defensive. The date seems to end poorly, with both sides walking away. However, as the days pass by, Jenny can't help but think about Jason's comments during the date. How dare he speak that way to me, she thinks. Doesn't he realize I could have any guy I want? What makes him so special that he thinks he could just talk that way to me? The nerve. Eventually, realizing that Jason was being serious when he said that he wouldn't tolerate her rude, entitled behavior, Jenny starts to try harder to gain his approval, since he seemed to be the only person who wouldn't let her have her way simply because of her good looks. She starts to feel the need to win him over and develops feelings for Jason. Jenny begins to be the one chasing him instead of the one being chased. So you see guys, when you observe the key difference between Tommy's and Jason's attitudes when interacting with this girl, you can see that Tommy was very wary of how much Jenny liked him throughout the entire date. All his actions were based on him wanting to win her approval and affection. He probably came off as very desperate, someone with no options. When you look at how Jason handled himself, however, he was very willing to communicate to Jenny that he would walk away from the date if she continued being rude. He showed her that his sense of self-respect trumped any sort of desire he had to win her affection. You see, when you show a girl that you're willing to walk away to lose her, then you're subtly communicating that you don't value her more than you value yourself. You're telling her that you don't need her and that you have other options in your life. When a girl senses that you're genuinely willing to walk away, she's naturally going to wonder what things you have going on in your life that makes you feel like you would be completely okay without her. This mystery is extremely seductive, naturally generating attraction. Even in the business world, it is well understood that when 2 parties are negotiating a deal, the side that has more leverage or pull in the negotiation is the one that's most willing to walk away. For example, let's say you're trying to haggle something down to a cheaper price at a store, but it's not working because the store manager simply won't go any lower. What is usually the best tactic to get him to lower the price? By pretending to leave the store. Once he sees that you're willing to leave the store and buy the item somewhere else, he'll be way likelier to give in to your previously stated price, because he sees that you have options. Similarly, when you show a woman that you're interested in her, but are willing to walk away if she doesn't meet your standards, she's going to see you as someone who's high status enough to not need her, someone with options. This will trigger curiosity about who you are, and the desire to enter your exclusive world. So how exactly do you demonstrate the willingness to walk away? One way is to never compromise on your values. A man's value system should be the guiding force in his life, the driving factor in how he makes his decisions. When a girl does something that violates your values, be willing to call her out on it. Let her know what you're willing and not willing to put up with in your life. Communicate to her that if she continues to disrespect your values or principles as a man, that you'll simply walk away. Here's the kicker for this to work. You genuinely have to be willing to walk away. If you're telling her that you're willing to walk away as a bluff, and you get called out on it and get exposed that you weren't really willing to leave her in the first place, then she's going to lose an extreme amount of respect and attraction for you. The reason why this idea is so important is that in modern dating, most guys are trying too hard to get the girl. Most dating advice out there says that you should prove your value to her. And so, you have guys just throwing witty line after witty line at her, trying to show her how clever they are, how they'd make such a great boyfriend or lover. At the end of the day, this is coming from an internal neediness for validation. This frame is coming from what is called a seller mentality of trying to sell her on why she should choose him over every other guy by proving he's worthy of her love. This will never work because attraction doesn't come as a result from effort, from trying to convince her to like you, but rather from who you are, by being an attractive enough person that she'd want to be around. Instead of having a seller's mindset, opt instead to have a buyer's mindset. A buyer's mindset can best be understood through the following phrase: I don't have to prove myself to anyone because I am good enough just the way I am. In fact, let me see if you are worth my time. Instead of trying to impress her, to sell her on the idea of being with you, try approaching the interaction as if you're evaluating her, seeing if she meets your standards of what you want in a woman. When you're evaluating a girl in this way, by playfully seeing if she's cool enough to tag along in your personal adventure, it becomes way easier to relax and to be your authentic self around her. Now you're just having fun, talking about what interests you and trying to get to know her, all while relaxed and confident because you know that if this doesn't work out, you can always walk away and be just fine. Not just women, but humans in general want to feel like they've won over someone who's out of their league. When you instill this buyer's mentality, you demonstrate that you're perfectly willing to walk away. This behavior will communicate to her that you're someone with options, someone high status. When she begins to perceive you as high status, she'll start to want to win you over, to chase you, because attraction will have been a natural byproduct of the interaction. Gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's it for the first installment of my 4-part series on how to attract 99% of women. Make sure to check out the second installment of the series, which I'll be posting here in a couple of days. If you learned something valuable from this video that you're excited to try, click here to subscribe for more weekly content. Until then, see you later.